Hello, loose gadgies. It's getting towards Christmas. It's Tuesday, wink wink, and we are talking about, or at least for the next few weeks, we are following on with the bar humbug theme, and today we're talking about the best and worst in Christmas food. And Thursday will be the best and worst in Christmas songs. And then we've got some other best and worsts coming up for the next few weeks after that. So should be fun, controversial. And of course, partly because of your mum and her YouTube comment and shenanigans, we are going to start with sprouts. Sprouts being the disgusting little things that they are. Shouldn't be on any plate. It's my Christmas dinner, or extended Sunday dinner, as we were saying last week, just technically what it is, right? Is usually meat, gravy. I don't have Yorkshires at Christmas, but we do have mash, roasties, and peas, and that's about it. For me, everybody else has got this mound of different colours. You know, your turnips, your little trees, you know, your broccolis and that. And my mum's got her apple sauces and her cranberry sauces out, and maybe little bits of horseradish here and there. And obviously there's 3 meats to choose from. So we've generally got pork, beef and turkey or something like that, which my mum's already bought in like July from the butcher's special Christmas scheme where you can put like a £5 a week away. So she's got a turkey crown, and I think she's got pork, but my dad doesn't eat pork. So we get another beef, and part of that has to be completely destroyed because my dad can't have anything other than destroyed beef. It has to be fully cooked and double dead. So he always gets the end pieces.
Why does he like pork?
He can't eat it. It upsets his stomach.
Oh, right.
Weirdly, you can have red meat from a pig, so you can have bacon and that. But you can't have joints of pork.
Mm.
I don't know what the crack is there, or what the crackling is. So, and of course my brother's been getting involved these past few Christmases in the cooking of said meats. I'm generally on gravy duty, making sure there's a little bit of butter in the gravy, bit of salt in there, make sure it's all thickened up, because none of that runny stuff. Your gravy has to stick to the meat when you pour it on, right? It's not going to run straight off and you've got to chase it around the plate. No. You've got to have some thickness to your gravy. Unless, of course, it's my brother's other half and she's like, gravy? What do you mean? And she's just got this naked plate of stuff with no gravy. Nah, I just can't do it. I'm like, it marries the whole thing together because it's got flavours of everything. Nah, she can't do it. She occasionally attempts it, but it's like, you can't have a dry plate, can you?
Do you like a bit?
Do
You like a bit on top or on the side?
bit of both, mate. No, it's got to go all hour, especially on a Sunday dinner. You've got to put it inside your Yorkshire puddings, haven't you? You've got to pop the hole inside your Yorkshire pudding and pour the gravy on the inside of it, so that when you cut it, all this extra gravy flows out.
My worry is my roast potatoes, because with the gravy on the top, if I've not eaten them too quickly, they're going to lose their crisp under that gravy.
That is a valid point. And one I sometimes forget, and you do get them and they've softened up. So I like to arrange my plate though, so the meat's always on the left, mash is always on the right, the roasties go somewhere in the middle, Yorkshires are on the far side of the plate. Peas always have to go over the top of the mash, because then you can kind of smash the stuff together.
No, what's that about? That's just baby food now.
Well, it's just I like to have mash and peas.
Four?
I need I need to make sure that I always pick up both. So I always pour it on top of my peas,
Anita does
and
that.
then the
Just
gravy.
turns a whole Sunday dinner into this freaking mound of baby food.
Oh no 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 no! I'm not saying that I mash it together. They just have to be on top of each other. But I need it all separate so that I can pick up a bit of each and pick up different combinations of each. I can't just go smush and then go, there is food on the plate. No, no, no. I have to have each thing separate so I can cut bits of each and choose what I want to eat in each bite. And then make sure that at least once I put one of everything on so I can get the combined flavour of everything together.
Let's talk about a nice bit of stuffing.
No.
No?
No.
Oh, come
Sage
on.
and, sage and onions? Nah. Nah. My brother's started turning up with some homemade stuff.
It doesn't have to be
keeps-
sage and onion.
He keeps bringing every now and again.
Chestnut.
What? Yeah, nah,
No?
none of that. Nah.
Bit of bread with some herbs in, that's all it is, isn't it? Maybe...
But not if you stew. He gets recipes from somewhere. I mean, bearing in mind he works in the F&B trade, so he's
That's
worked
what I mean,
with,
yeah.
He's worked with
I
a
love
million chefs, so he generally comes along with some recipe or other, like these little stuffing balls or
sausage
something,
meat
you know.
stuffing balls. So now,
whatever's in them. I
now
don't
you've
know.
got an extra meat on your plate with stuffing in
But
it.
it looks alien,
Yeah,
and it probably has onions in it, so that's me out.
yeah.
He loves his onions. He sent me this picture of this deal he got at the pub of liver and onions. And I was like, no, and the liver was still pink, which is really how it should be, right? But he's got these pink bits of liver with gravy, these massive sort of strips of onion on it, and then everything else on the plate I definitely wouldn't eat because there was all sorts of green things on there. I'm like, nah. The only thing I'd eat on that plate is the gravy and the chips you've got on the corner there, but they can't have touched any of that nonsense. Nah. No.
Right, you forgot one main bit here about, which is, the little things in blankets.
Yes, I did. The little chipolatas, the little pigs in blankets. Christmas classic. And if anyone doesn't include them, there's something wrong with you.
Definitely.
If they're not on the table, at least. I mean, Mum usually just puts everything in dishes, and you can just scoop different things in and whatnot. But those, aye. And you've always got to test one out before you sit down. So when my mum's putting stuff out on the table, you've got to test one out. Just to make sure they're not... I said this to Mum last time. I was making... That one was broken. So I just thought I'd best take it off the table.
Last year we stuffed ours with the stuff that gets bears out of trees.
What? Or did you put honey in there? I was going to say...
Come on, bear. Come on, bear.
Oh, cheese. Oh,
Yeah.
come on, bear.
Yeah, stuff the chipolatas with camembert. Flippin', honestly, new level. You not like cheese?
Come on, bear.
Could be in any cheese.
I can imagine having cheese on them or some cheddar in them. Something I can imagine that. I can see it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's essentially sausage. Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, I mean, I
It's worth a
get
try.
I get a bit, it's slightly breaking with tradition, and I must admit, I love the chipolatas with really crispy bacon, really well done. Probably 3 or 4 on the plate.
Oh, do you know? I'm not a fan of crispy bacon. I like it still a smidge soft. Crispy edge, but I like it still a smidge soft. However, pigs in blankets are quite often the exception. Because then you get it's properly bacony and properly sausagey, so I'm not as fussy on that score.
Right.
What about what's your favourite meat? Because there's usually more than turkey, isn't there?
Yeah, I must admit, we tend to stay traditional with the turkey, but Me, I love a sort of burnt end beef sort of bit.
Oh, the caramelised bit.
Yeah. Done lamb one year. Not many people are a big fan of lamb.
Oh, I bought I bought a goose.
Yeah. Oh, nice one. I like that.
1 year, it was a few years ago. Of course, wasn't cooked right. My brother attempted to sort that out, and it wasn't a success. Because I bought a proper one, like a proper branded one, thinking, just this 1 year, let's just see what all the fuss is about. And what I didn't expect was I don't know why, but it's very much like duck. So it's red meat, it's not white meat.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that definitely put me dad off, because he's fussy about that sort of thing. So some of it went to the cat at the time. So it wasn't all that popular, so we haven't done it since. So it's always been turkey since.
Then you've got the sort of gammon, but gammon's sort of seen as an evening sandwich thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, when you have like a Christmas ham.
Yeah, Christmas ham. That's it.
Well, this is what Stu's other half does. She makes a Christmas ham, like puts the cocktail sticks in it with the various
Cloves
bits
and
of spice. Yeah, all of that. So it sinks into the thing. So she generally does a bit of that and then brings a cold bit round to have later on. So yeah, I mean, is anything you're not into in terms of Christmas dinnery stuff? Because I'm always the one that says that's crap. That's crap. Is there anything that you're like not into that? Would you have the cranberry or the applesauce or anything like that?
All of those I love. I mean, obviously, I'm going to sort of throw the wallpaper
You
paste
didn't like
at
mash.
the wall.
You didn't like mash, do you?
It's going straight on the wall. And I'm going to put 3 rolls of wallpaper up with it. Yeah. Some sort of Christmas decorations with the wallpaper. But we were just discussing that this week because we were on the Kiss model this year. Keep it simple, Skipsy. So,
right.
And we were talking about let's cut the veg right down, simple stuff. One meat, because. And this was one of the things I was wanting to cover the other episodes is once you start incorporating the discussion about starters, you're killing off your appetite for the main thing. So a lot of it goes to waste. So
yeah,
you got those 3 meats that you mentioned your mum's doing, but by the time you get to it, most of it's gone in the fridge and then serving you for the next 3 weeks.
That's true. I do get a whole bunch of stuff wrapped in tinfoil to take home.
Yeah.
Which I don't necessarily mind because I've got sandwiches for the rest of the week. So I've got a bit of whatever beef, or she might do gammon or pork or what have you, and I've got a ton of turkey. So I'm like, I don't mind reusing that for the rest of the week. And then of course Boxing Day. One of the best things about Boxing Day is all the sausage rolls and the sort of buffet style stuff that you do on a Boxing Day, and whatever's left from sort of the previous day. My mum loves the whole. She has the bubble and squeak style sort of.
I like that.
She reheats and refries all of the stuff. Just hides it all in a bowl and just has this mash of leftover stuff all sort of fried up. But I'm happy to make sandwiches for the rest of the week. What about, did you ever have matchmakers at Christmas? You know, that box of matchmakers?
Yeah. Are they not
you
like...
you can get the orangey ones, the minty ones.
Yeah. I like them. The problem was, I mean, one was never going to be enough, was it?
No. It's like them Mikado things, those chocolate sticks. You can just sit there and go...
And if they were your parents, they used to come in these little wells, didn't they? The packet had little wells.
Yeah.
Now, I used to think I was ingenious. Like, if they weren't mine and I decided I was going to take some, you'd then spread the wells out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make it look like you hadn't taken any.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course, I want to know if anyone else has noticed this, right? But selection boxes. My dad used to give them out.
Yeah.
So when we went to the Christmas panto, which was which was ran by, was it the railway, the railway club, the men's club, or the railway club, whatever it was, or was it the railway something association or something? I can't remember. But it was at what was the Apollo Cinema in Byker. Do you remember the big sort of, was it the Apollo? You know, it's down the bottom of Byker High Street. And you would stand there on the stairs on your way up to your seats and that. You'd have this table, and you would give them away for free, courtesy of this members club charity thing, which ultimately was something to do with the railway. I can't remember what it was called now, but these were full size. You know, the oblong boxes, as they used to be, not these tiny little square boxes that you get, the full size selection box with a proper size curly whirly in it, and all of the other proper size chocolates in. So you had like a full bar of fudge, a full curly whirly, and a Mars bar in there, all of that, everything. Packet of Maltesers. Now these days, you get a small square box with 3 Maltesers, half a fudge, and you're lucky if you get a curly whirly in it these days. And even them are like nowhere near the size they were. So I can still remember that being part of your Christmas. And then on the back, you had something either you could colour in or cut out and make. So it was either a Santa mask, or you could cut out like a cardboard Christmas tree, or you had a picture of a dog, something you could colour in, and inside you might have these little pencils or something with it. It was.
Can you remember there was
key part of it for me?
There was a couple of different types of selection box. There was the poor man's selection box, and then there was the chocolate milk, the chocolate one. So the poor man's had like things like opal fruits and stuff like that in it.
Oh dear me! Opal fruits,
yeah, and you always you could sort of work out. You know, obviously being kids, we always wanted chocolate, didn't we? And we always wanted the one that had the Mars, the marathon.
Marathon, sorry, yes, marathon.
Yeah,
as it was.
The marathon.
As it was.
And you didn't want the one that had the opal fruits and the flipping spangles or whatever they were, you know.
Spangles, aye. The boiled sweets, you know.
That's it. Yeah.
Aye. No, well, but this was just part of Christmas. Was your selection box? It was like part of your present was your selection box, and that's what you had to eat over the Christmas period. You had these little snacky things you could.
The problem was going back to when we were kids, Simon. Going back to the sort of Christmas dinner situation, is that we wouldn't have eaten it because we'd fill ourselves up with crap in the morning, wouldn't we?
Yes, there is. Well, certainly my 2 brothers would. I like to eat mine out, so then I knew I always had a bit of chocolate I could tuck into when I needed it. They would just smash the living daylights out of it, because then you'd get packets of you might get packets of fruit pastels.
That's it, fruit pastels.
Because my dad always gets them, or American hard gums. So you'd get sweets were part of your stocking filler. You had your stocking fillers of these little things that you could unwrap. So for me, anything to do with veg at Christmas is the worst thing about Christmas, or Christmas dinner and Christmas food, right? Anything to do with veg. I know you love your roasted parsnips, right? And I'm still not in agreement that a roasted parsnip is better than a roast potato. I'm never gonna concur on that.
We had this discussion last night. Me and Anita were discussing the menu, and she was like, "What about your parsnips?" And I was going, "Look, if we're keeping it simple, I'm happy to forego these types of things. I'm happy to forego the parsnips. I'm happy to forego the sprouts. You know, if we're just keeping it simple, because I tend to be the only one that likes them. So, you know, if we're going simple and we're going carrots, peas, and that's it, then we're done."
That's fair.
You know, carrots, peas, and all the stuff that you've mentioned are all in. You know, I'm not taking none of those, the meat out, the pigs in blankets, the gravy, the roast potatoes. I'm not interested in the mashed potato, but I'll do it because everybody else is eating it.
Oh yeah, but you've got to have the roasties and the pigs in blankets.
Definitely.
Those should always be non-negotiable.
Actually, my roasties are already made. They're in the freezer. They've been there a month.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Why is that?
I made them and then I froze them. So then I take them out and they're done. I just need to stick them in the air fryer. They're done.
Mind you, air fryer roasties. That air fryer is one of the best investments I've
Yep.
ever made.
Yeah.
I use it every day. I don't use the oven. The only time I switch the oven back on is when I need the hob,
Yeah.
because it's all one thing, So when I'm making my own gravy or frying off the mince or something, but other than that, air fryer everything. And everything doesn't take as long to cook. You can cook it for less, with less oil, all of that's brilliant. And it comes out proper crispy. Best shepherd's pies ever. Oh, I did try Yorkshire Puddings in it the other day. I bought three little, what you call them? Oh, the words just left me head. The little dishes that you do souffles in, little. Oh, the word it's just gone out of my head. But anyway, these little ceramic. It set off the smoke alarm, mind, because you have to heat the oil up pretty hot.
Yeah.
So did that. Oiled the mix in. Tell you what. Aside from the smoke alarm, it was a success. I need to balance out the mix better because I didn't put enough in all of them, so they all came out. I had one of them was just sort of a nice fluffy explosion, another one was a bit stunted. But it crisped them up a treat, an absolute treat. So, in summary, best and worst. Best, meat and meat-related things, plus roasties, right? So, pigs and blankets, roasties. The gravy has to be in there as one of the best things. Worst things, anything green, yellow or orange. Right, so no carrots, parsnips. Peas are the exception. No sprouts. I mentioned turnip. I mean, Mum puts like a million different sauces on there. She sometimes makes her own, like cranberries and horseradishes and apple sauce and a bunch of other things. Ugh. And I'd be interested to know whether anyone else has Yorkshires at Christmas.
Yeah.
Because we generally don't, and I don't think I know anyone that does, because it just seems wrong, and it makes it too close to a Sunday dinner, obviously. So it helps you stealth it as a Christmas dinner, perhaps. So any of that, give us your comments, give us your preferences, tell us where I'm wrong, if you like. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there like, no, you've got to have. Aye, we'll see. But if you enjoyed the episode, give us a like. If you want to see some more, subscribes and follows. It really helps us out. Best way to help the channel. But until next time, when it's all about Christmas songs.
Christmas songs.
Take care. Yeah, take care.